guys know, it is Drunken Chat, son.
La-di-da-di-da. Welcome to It's Drunken Chat, son. I'm your host, Chetland's Green Cornbread, with one of the main men of Drunken Chat, Blind Adam, the comic pimp. How's it going,
In a
brother?
bit of a version. Sorry for the crinkling bags. I was grabbing some Oreos. uh,
Okay.
Oreos are awesome.
I thought you were getting ready to say I'm grabbing some freaking condoms, man. I was like, God damn, what the fuck, man? But yeah, man. So how was your week, man? Freaking, it was an interesting week. We're getting ready. We're what 3 days getting ready to go into the Halloween freaking solstice celebration or whatever, man. Have you been able to enjoy any festivities so far?
Not yet. Hopefully Sunday I may be doing something with my nieces and my nephews. Not sure yet. Uh, and It's just it was a long week. I uh, had an interesting conversation with a doctor who's the head of ophthalmology over at Cornell about an a possible experimental surgery for my eyes.
Wow, okay, that's pretty exciting and scary at the same
Yeah.
fucking time.
I'm on a
Yeah.
waiting list for some type of experimental gene surgery.
Oh man, well you let us know, man. Keep us surprised, man. That's pretty
I'll
interesting.
keep the fam updated, but I'm on a wait. I can't. Nothing will even be done for at least a year at this point. So
Yeah,
you know how these things go.
yeah. I don't know how they go, so but definitely excited to hear about this latest development, man. Bringing sight to the blind, ladies and gentlemen.
Purity
Bringing sight
LaFord
to the
style,
yeah, yeah,
literally.
yeah. Let's keep it going because people are like, "Hey, you guys are starting late as fuck. What's going on, drunken chat?" Hey, freaking Pat. Shout out to Pat Morano and Vintage Comic Toy for freaking
So,
hanging out with us this early in the morning. But so, and when it comes to keeping an eye on our cash and the way things are going, this was the way it was going last week. There was some green on the board, even especially on in our sector, Disney and Netflix and everything. There was some green. It was getting kind of trending back up, but this freaking week, man, it was a bloody freaking week. Just red all across the board. Last week where we were at 83, yeah, 84, excuse me, 84 for Disney. This week we were at Disney, which is where I've been telling people all along this is probably where it needs to go. Netflix went down to 397. Warner Brothers, yeah, they definitely need to stay down there at 955. Um, Fox down there to 29 and Paramount down at 1070. It was just a very scary week that this was happening. And this is and you could have said, well, maybe it was because of the whole thing with the house speaker and everything. Well, we've got a new house speaker right now. Um, so we don't know what's going to happen for us. Maybe that's what's happening is that maybe people are pulling out their cash to be postured for what's going to happen in the future, and then they can go ahead and put their cash in that tech or that particular industry. But we don't know yet, so it's going to be very interesting to see how that goes forward. Um, in the meantime, the most interesting thing I would say that happened this week is Five Nights at Freddy's.
I've been
Um,
hearing about this all day. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
yeah, it was an absolutely good. It's not Barbie, okay? It's not. It's not going to change freaking people's lives, but it's probably the second best movie. Actually, I would say the third best. The third best movie out there that like had a lot of chatter behind it, right? So people say, "Oh, there is Open Hybrid." No, no, no. I don't hear people talk about Open Hybrid
You
that
said that the
much.
theaters were rowdy.
Absolutely, man. People were just like out and about and freaking crazy. The fucking kids. Nobody had control over the freaking kids and that motherfucker.
Oh, I hate when
You
that happens.
know, yeah. All the it was. I should have known something was up when we walked into the AMC theater and it was just like wall to wall kids. And I was thinking, I was like, oh man, because there are a lot of other movies that are. There's, you got Exorcist that's out there. You got The Creator. You got a whole bunch of movies, but I guess they were all there for this one particular joint. Now, had I known that this was going to be happening, I would have definitely went to Alamo to be able to reserve my seats. But hey, it is what it was. We ended up having to go all the way to the front. Um, not all the way to the front, but maybe like 3 rows back and everything. But it was still a very enjoyable movie. Um, I know people were saying, "Well," because my son was like, "Well, we could have just sat home and watched it on Peacock. That way, you know." It's like, yeah, but you got to remember it's the movie experience, and don't forget, so we actually went to see it at the Big D. The Big D is like the seats are more comfortable, the speakers are more calibrated, to give you the
So is that
experience.
like a high-end AMC Alamo Draft House style of seating?
Yeah, exactly. So it's. I mean, the food offering isn't any different from the rest of maybe. Excuse me, AOC. But
I
the
think food
seats are
is great.
better, the sound is better. You can go on and on. And supposedly the screen resolution is better. I don't think the screen resolution is better, but all this other stuff is supposed to be better. But so what I will say is that it was enjoyable top to bottom. It does get sticky sometimes as it's trying to get through the story though, right? Um, but shout out to Blumhouse because Blumhouse, what people don't realize, if you're not a horror fan like I am, you don't realize that who Blumhouse is. They will take a very interesting idea that should be like a 10-minute freaking fan film, whatever, and they will make it into a full-on freaking franchise, right? And so they took this Steam game from like 2014 that was like a horror thing, and now which is a crazy IP with like about 9 games, and they turned it into a full-on horror film. Um, they were careful not to reveal too much of the storyline because they did set them up for some more movies and even a TV series going down the line. And I think they might actually do better by doing a TV series because they've had success with what do you call it, Twisted Metal, Peacock. I'm talking about. They had successful with Twisted Metal. Um, Chucky is out there. It's really good. So they might
Yeah, I
be able to
enjoy
turn this
Chucky.
into a TV series. Yeah, shout out to Raymond Camacho and Cartier West
What's up,
Customs.
Cartier?
Cartier West says he thought that it was a kiddie game. He's like, it is not. It is no, it is not, man. See, they lull you in with these animatronic Chuck E. Cheese type freaking video games.
Chuck E.
Um,
Cheese.
yeah, but it is absolutely not. It's got all types of crazy stuff going on. Um, and it's got 3, maybe 4 different parallel adjacent stories happening that they're trying to tell at the same time. And they're trying to weave in and out of each other. So it was like, man, it was like, okay. What was annoying is that if you're not, I probably should have started rewatched or watched some of the videos on it beforehand, because there's a whole bunch of stuff happening, and the kids didn't all around me. They're freaking cheering. They would see something, and they would cheer like loud as hell, and then they wouldn't shut up, and I had no idea what the hell they were cheering about. All right, whatever. And I was like, oh man, that must be integral to the game. No, my kids were like, no, that's just some freaking YouTube guy. I was like, okay, that was fucking stupid. Um, Corey West says it's like Chucky meets Chuck E. Cheese. Man, it is. It is. It's got some. What I do think they did well is they did take the time to build a mystery, to build trauma into the characters as driving motivations. Um, they each and every one of the characters that they had in there looks like they were handpicked to do something, and each of them worked really really well with each other. Um, I really liked it. Right now, I can't. I'm really surprised that there is not a Five Night at Freddy's comic book. The closest that we got right now is there's a Nick Cage comic book that's out there that is not associated with Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's basically the same storyline where you've got this haunted freaking Chuck E. Cheese type freaking thing, and it's out there. And I think no, yeah, it's already a movie from what I remember. Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Nicolas Cage he already did a movie on this haunted freaking animatronic freaking thing, and so it's gonna be interesting. I think I was trying to remember if they were working on a part two to that one, but yeah, they've got freaking did a movie. They've got a couple volumes of that comic book already out. Yeah. And Cardi West Customs says, yep, a lot of lore. But yeah, so I would say if you are a horror person, definitely go out and see it. If you if you have preteens, right, and they want to go out to see it, yeah, sure, fine. Go ahead, treat the kids, go see it. But if you're not, and you're just kind of curious about what's it about, then you can go ahead and just go to Peacock if you do have Peacock. I know they charge for Peacock now. Was like $5.99, and you can see it online
It's not
or
that
on your
bad.
Peacock. Yeah. But I definitely think it's a good one. Um, is it going to be a classic for Halloween going forward? I think so. I think they could do like five of these, and then there'll be like Halloween classics going forward. Like they should probably like every 2 years put out a Five Night at Freddy's. And then that'll be the thing. That'll be one of the things that we will be watching for Halloween. So it'll be like Michael Myers, Chucky, Jason, and Five Night at Freddy's and Goosebumps. No, that'll be
Don't
like
forget the
something like
Great Punk.
yeah. You say Gray Punk,
The Great Pumpkin, man.
Charlie
Charlie
Brown.
Brown, the Great Pumpkin. Where Lucy gives
See,
Linus PJ the pumpkin
but
patch.
no, but that's up to the stations to put that out for free, man. I'm not going to be hunting that stuff down and trying to pay for it. Uh-uh.
I still got I still watch it on VHS every year.
You have VHS of the
Yeah,
of Charlie Brown's Halloween.
I still have my old school TV VCR combo back from college. Still works.
Yeah. So the moving on to the next thing is Loki. Loki, episode 4 just came
Ooh,
out.
it was amazing.
It was so it went a little left of where I thought they were going because they're starting to give a more description and more characteristics of where they're at and who's who and what's what. So once again, in season 1, they already described that hey, there's this TVA out there. The TVA is driven by King the Conqueror. King the Conqueror, he's a thinker among thinker, right? For every contingency, he's already got a contingency. But in the season 2, now we've got these time branches breaking off because the variants are kind of ruling the roost right now. So almost all of the kings are dead except for the one. For one, I guess he's now the one who remains the Victor Timely variant, and now they got to bring him back, and they got to try to explain to him and get him to get the time loom working again. But I think what people are missing out is if you look at the shape of the time loom, It looks like an Einstein-Rosen bridge, which is kind of like a black hole. And the things that they are
And
describing.
in the ending credits, they do reference a black hole.
Hmm. Yeah, they do absolutely. We've been talking about black holes since Ant-Man.
Yep.
Actually, even before then, I forget the name of the doctor, the Swedish doctor. Um, that was part of the whole Thor one. He was actually talking about Einstein Rosen bridges, and how they work, and how if you get certain black holes from different universes to match up just perfectly, you can just jump back and forth in between those freaking universes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that's kind of what these. So yeah, it's not like they just came up with this shit. They've been working on that shit for a while. So now that we know that that's what is happening, now we can describe that where the TVA are. They are in a limbo, right? That limbo is it's just time doesn't go anywhere. People are able to just sit there, chill. They work
You
there,
can
they
jump
live there, they
high
eat there. Yeah.
for some weird reason.
The problem is that if you are there for too long, you forget who you are, and you become something called a space phantom. When you become a space phantom, um, King has been doing certain things to the space phantoms. Like he can make them anything you want. He can make you forget. He can make you remember. He can make you a slave. He can do whatever. And at certain times, he has taken certain space phantoms and molded them into objects. So one of those objects was a synchro staff that he's used or sent along with the Avengers at certain times to do certain things. That was like during it was like a whole 60s, 70s run where they were just running around with the synchro staff and they didn't know that it was Kang that really gave it to him, nor did they know that that thing was actually a person, right? So what I'm saying right now is that it is very, very possible that Miss Minutes is a synchro staff, a thing that was molded by King the Conqueror, um, just for his purposes, because that's another thing that the synchro staff does is that it's supposed to archive and remember and kind of narrate things for its whoever it goes along with. So what I'm saying is that
That would
she
make
is
sense.
yeah she is that she is a synchro staff. She was molded by him to narrate and help him remember stuff, right? Um, who she was before she became a space phantom, we don't know. Maybe she was a variant of Ravonna, whatever Slayer, right? We don't know that yet. But I think she's definitely this. Um, so that's my theory going forward right now. And that's all I got on that one. But I think it's very interesting the way they're kind of molding this. And we'll see how it goes forward and how this messes around with the rest of the MCU. Because what do we got next? The Marvels, I believe we got coming up next.
Yeah, after this
Or
we
something.
got the Marvels, which is going to be. I think Thartan Church is going to probably be more exciting to the where the public is going to react to it, unfortunately. But um,
Yeah.
that's just my opinion. I'm actually looking forward to it.
Hmm. Um. Oh, so I forget the one last piece of why her being a space phantom is so important is because there is a specific question where she says, "Hey, all this time, we've been working together. You've been having me do this. You've been making me do that, and everything. But you could have gave me a body, but you never figured to give me a body. I wonder why that wasn't." And that's the reason why is because she did have a body at one point, but she lost a body because she's a space phantom. She died. That's the reason
Interesting.
why. Pull. Let's see. I'm looking for. Here we go. Okay, so I don't have slides for these yet, but we're gonna walk through these. Um, GI Joe. Except for I'm going to pull up one that I feel like we're definitely going to need this one. GI Joe, a real American hero. Blind Adam, you have these hidden gems, of course,
Oh yeah, all right.
that
Now
are
this
just
makes sense.
yeah. And I'm just up all
139.
over.
This is GI Joe and Transformers meeting up, and all the hype on GI Joe and Transformers, especially the GI Joe versus the Transformers to Marvel. I wish that issues 139 through 142 would get a little more love.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Um. Well, have you read the newest series by freaking Image?
I've read
If so, would you?
I need to catch up on Void Rivals. I read Transformers 1. I'm waiting for my boy to hook me up with my twos. And I read the Ash Camford Duke, which I got after the panel.
Ah. Okay. And you thought it was good, or?
Decent.
Hmm.
I'm
I mean, the
liking
covers have been good. I think the covers have been okay.
yeah. I like Transformers 1. I'm looking forward to Transformers 2, especially what they were talking about in the panel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay. Next one that I got, I'm gonna pull up here is what does this say? Does this say, man, you are? I gotta say, man, your obsession or your passion for this young lady is on another level. Stormy Daniels, Space Force #1.
she's going to be at Exotica. I am bringing 5 copies of Space Force #1 with me to get signed by her. If anyone wants an autographed Stormy Daniels comic book, hit me up. They're going to be about $100 a piece. For my Drunken Chat family, I'm going to do 75.
Jeez.
Because you're my Drunken Chat family, and I love you guys. And if I can hook you up with a Stormy Daniels autograph, I'll do that. Because Stormy Daniels.
God bless you, Adam, doing
I'm doing the Lord's work, sir.
Next one I got up.
Lord's work.
Next one I got up is Uncanny X-Men #212.
This is the first fight between Wolverine and Sabretooth. I am really, really looking forward to the Sabretooth war.
Huh.
And I've been buying all the Wolverine Sabretooth fights I can find.
Now, here, so you got that, but then we also have. See if I can find a better freaking picture. Was Marvel? Wolverine 1988 series #1 and 41 second print.
Yeah, 41 the second print.
So what is that?
That is Wolverine versus Sabretooth. This is where they were trying to say that Sabretooth was Wolverine's dad, which never panned out. It's still one of my favorite 1990s spec plays of all time. This is what got me into dealing comics as a professional. And it's got a cool second print. And it's Wolverine versus Sabretooth, man.
All right, man. Wolverine #90, the direct edition 1988 series.
Yep. This is like one of the best Wolverine Sabretooth fights. This is really bloody. Like Wolverine basically stabs Sabretooth through the brain and lobotomizes him. It's really freaking sweet. And it's cheap. I mean, you can find these in dollar boxes. Which I like. I can see them though. They do a really, really good Wolverine versus Sabretooth fight on the big screen. I can see some of this stuff blowing up. And you remember, we still are getting X-Men '97 on Disney Plus.
Ah,
I know. I
yeah,
know
people
are
want it,
sick,
man. I've heard
people
some.
are sick of Disney stuff, but they better do the X-Men animated right.
Yeah, I've heard some stuff about it though, so we'll see.
So have I.
Okay.
And I hope some of it's false.
Yeah, I feel like we're hoping on a dream, brother.
And you're right.
Okay, so this one it's a very interesting play. Um, I just don't know if this is the correct one, but only time will tell. Taylor Swift, The Little Golden Book. It's hard to deny
Well,
how
there's a
much this
couple
could be
ways
a
I
big
can
play.
go. This is cheap enough, and if you want to get if you have a kid between the age of 8 and 10 who's into Taylor Swift, it's a great way to get them to read a book, if nothing else. But Taylor Swift is like ruling the world right now.
Yeah,
And
it's ruling the NFL at least.
until she dumps him, now she does have a habit of doing that.
They're already talking marriage, man.
God damn it, really?
Um,
That
yeah.
means there won't be no breakup song about him? Son of a bitch.
Hey, maybe people are tired of hearing about breakup songs and they want to hear divorce songs. I mean,
Yeah, sure. Hey, what's this dude in the NFL's name? Because didn't you ever listen to Eddie Murphy's Son of Ice?
Travis Kelsey.
You better heard. And, divorce is a way for the wife to get half your shit.
Hey, half of her shit, man, is a lot more worth more than his shit.
Oh, no, after you have a good prenup.
I don't know, man.
Just for another FYI, 3 comic book day fame Lady Gaga. Number 1 is the first Taylor Swift in comics. And the flip book is Taylor Swift.
You should just hang out at her concerts and try to get her to sign that shit, man.
I have someone on the case. I have a buddy of mine. That's all he does is hangs out he does audience work for things like Fallon and all that.
Well, I mean, you got to do it, man. And then when she does it, and then when she goes out and refuses to sign it, you get to say Taylor Swift doesn't like fucking blind people. You get to play that fucking card. Tell you, man, that would be.
Let's see. Play the blind card. Cop a feel on Taylor Swift.
I do
got
not.
that.
We here at Comic Crusaders do not condone sexual assault.
I didn't say it was a sexual assault. I said
You said cop a field. That's sexual assault.
It's not sexual assault. Because
2023,
if
sir.
trying to find her arm and I
This is
accidentally touch your titty,
you can
it's
ask.
not sexual assault. Because you say you're
can,
sorry.
No.
That you didn't mean it. Which I didn't really mean it. I was trying to find her arm, Your Honor.
Sir, it is 2023. You can now politely ask. However,
it's 2023. Just cancel. All right, you know what? Just put me with like Justin Roiland and Jonathan Majors and cancel me already.
Hey, Jonathan Majors is not getting canceled. He's got videotape. He's got videotape to back his shit up. But that's another thing. Rick and Morty number 35, the Pickle Rick variant.
Speaking of Justin Roiland, can we bring him back already, please? I'm watching Rick and Morty. Season 7 is not the clusterfuck I thought it was going to be. But whoever they got to voice Rick and Morty, who's trying to sound like Justin Roiland, he's trying their hearts out. But whenever they hit that high pitch, it just does not sound right.
Yeah.
And plus, this is a great play. It's the first Pickle Rick in comics. It was a store exclusive from a bullshit store. Hey, Brand Trust, how you doing, bitches? And how much is Spidey 300? Just if you're a Rick and Morty fan, this is a book to grab.
Yeah.
Bring back Justin Roiland, please.
We shall see. Said the blind man. King the Conqueror action figure from 1984.
Yep, this is the first ever action figure for Kang. I don't understand why people, as a comic book and action figure collector, and now as someone who buys and sells this stuff for a living, I was surprised that characters' first action figures, some of them are so severely cheap. Especially with the Secret Wars, which is about to be a 40-year-old action figure line.
Yeah, you would think they would go for a lot more. I mean, here the guy's trying to sell it for $100. He's not getting $100 for that shit.
No way.
Yeah.
But still, I think it's a with the way that the comic it's a nice side piece, and especially with the Secret War stuff, you have like 4 characters in this line who have their first action figure ever in here.
Yeah.
Between this, Wolverine, and Magneto, and possibly Doctor Doom.
Yep. And I believe this is the last one that you had up here. Is I'm trying to make sure I get the great picture of this. This looks like Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass
number 3, second print.
This is the first appearance of Hit Girl. I've been hearing rumblings that Matthew Vaughn will be rebooting Kick-Ass. And I'm not sure if they're going to be bringing the characters back right away. But the breakout character for Kick-Ass is Hit Girl. And if anyone's reading Big Game right now, watch Big Game is Mark Millar's best work in a long while.
Yeah, because she's in Big Game, I believe, correct?
Yeah. She's going to be one of the only characters not to get killed off in Big Game, too.
Okay.
It's a current Kick-Ass and not getting killed off.
Man.
And these books have been dipped for a while.
Well, I mean, a lot of superhero stuff has been dipping for a while. It's just that too much, everything all at once, man, and it's just too much. We're freaking tired of this shit.
I don't know if they're tired. I think we're just getting too much. I mean, back in the day, like the mid-'90s, for example, you had maybe 2-3 superhero movies a year, and that was it. And they were spaced out.
Yeah. You would have
now you get now in 2023 you're getting like 20 of them, but it's like one right on top of the other. So you don't have time to breathe or to enjoy the way you used to.
You would get one during like right before Thanksgiving, right? So you had something to see with the family, and then you would have one that would come out during Easter, right? So once again, something for dad to take their kids to, and then you would have the blockbuster.
Yeah,
you have a fucking summer blockbuster. Now you got shit coming out like every freaking 2 months. Then
sometimes it feels like a new comic book movie every week. Where let's say I'm going to use '97 for an example, where you had Batman and Robin, which came out in May. You had Men in Black, which came out like around July 4th weekend, and then you had Spawn, which came out right around Labor Day time.
Yeah.
Then you got the Crow City of Angels, but no one talks about that because the movie sucked.
Yeah, I mean they've been kind of off the rails ever since. So the Marvel had cracked the code a little bit when they started out with what's her name, Daredevil and Power Man, and what's her name, Jessica
Jones,
right? They had that three little mini universe going on, and that's what we were down with. Shit wasn't overpowered, right? They kept it real. The characters just had to pay the fucking rent. And so if you had any questions, well, how come the superhero don't do that? Well, bitch, they had to pay the fucking rent. They couldn't go out that day. And the shit makes sense. Nobody was too overpowered. The world wasn't freaking dying and everything. A lot of little interpersonal stories. But once they started blowing it up, man, and now we're expecting the superheroes to be freaking saving the world every single fucking day, and it's too fucking much, man. Even like what's her name, Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, man. They started her trying to save the world almost immediately.
That's on episode 1. There was really no
Like,
time to get to like enjoy the backstory of the character or get to build a relationship with the character as she was learning her powers.
man, they just went off the rails with that shit.
You know,
But yeah,
I still
so
want to say, if anyone is a fan of South Park, watch the new South Park special on Paramount Plus because it was the best thing I've watched in 3 months. If you want to see people make fun of Kathleen Kennedy and Disney and the current culture of movies and AI, this thing, my parents knocked on the door and goes, can you please stop laughing so loud? I can hear you in the basement.
well, that's their fucking fault. They need to fucking give you the main room, not put you in the basement.
No, they were in the basement, doing something
Ah,
in the office. I was like, "Oops,
that's
sorry."
that's pitiful, man. They don't. It's they hear somebody having joy in their life, and they're like, no, stop being so
No,
happy.
they didn't even,
Secure the
know that I was
happiness
laughing. They just,
on young people.
I think they were
Fuck
trying to do something with their accountant at that point. So they asked me to calm down for 5 minutes.
yeah.
Oops, sorry about that.
All right, here we go. Next, let's get into some of the. There wasn't a lot of great fucking news that happened this weekend right now, and I guess that was we are just spinning off of NYCC, the big daddy of them all.
Foil con,
So yeah,
motherfuckers.
so people are now trying to freaking calm down and get back to it. However, I do like this news. Marvel is going to put out a manga comic, and that's not new. However, the newness is that it is built off of a new character. Her name is Atoha Akunomiya, right?
Okay.
Um, Now she looks like an unpresuming little girl. However, apparently her mind has been switched around with Doc Ock. So sometimes she's Doc Ock and sometimes she's Atoha.
Interesting.
Um, it's very weird, and I like where they're going with this. They said, "Hey, if we're going to do manga, let's do manga. Let's do some weird anime manga shit. Let's do some weird. Let's just get weird with it." And I'm here for it. Just as long as they don't get weird and do some hentai shit, I'm here for it. Let's go ahead.
Die.
Want to get
Expect it on
want
fucking head. Die. Expect it on fucking head.
to
Die. And
yeah,
tentacles.
hey, man, don't be saying that shit. Well, we got a little. I got a photo of a little girl on top. Man, don't be saying that shit. Come on, man. Appropriateness.
I'll learn that
Um,
one day, sir. Maybe.
the other Marvel news is that they are now partnering with a African animation studio called Kugali on several projects. One of the projects should be coming out soon. And the reason why I wanted to make sure I brought this up is because once again, I have several friends who have kids over yonder in a third world country and whatever, and they're like, "Hey, how should my kid get into the fucking industry?" And I said, "Well, they gotta fucking get their portfolio out. They gotta fucking draw some shit, put the shit out, stop fucking copying from." Or fucking tracing shit, man. Fucking actually fucking get your portfolio and everything, right? And it's like, well, they got to come over here. I was like, no, I was like Marvel and DC. They've gotten several initiatives to go over there and hire those studios over there. And sure enough, here's another one. Golly, like trying to do the
Nice.
thing. In villain news, DC now has a lawsuit against them by Chris Wozniak. Chris Wozniak, who has done several projects with DC, to include Blue Beetle, Excalibur, and Inspector, Justice League of America, Batman, and Superman, is now claiming that he was the one that wrote the screenplay for the Batman, the one with Robert Pattinson. He's claiming that back in 2008, he showed his concept for the movie to Michael Uslan, and he showed it to him actually 3 times, actually, and he never got back to him. Therefore, the idea is his and his alone, and he should be the one getting rights and paid for it and everything. I don't know
Dear
because
Mr. Wozniak,
I, I, yeah,
why aren't you told that you're not supposed to show your script to people first, you dumb fuck?
right. You got to get them. You got to get them to sign it, um, or you got to get them to sign an NDA or
Yep.
a right of seat, or if they hired you to do it, then that means you were subcontracted to do it. That means that the work belongs to them anyway, because they gave you that idea to submit it. So that's the people. That's the missing gap that people often miss. If I ask you, I say, "Hey, Adam, I need something on the Riddler or the Joker," and
And
blah blah
I
blah.
come
And
up
then you
with
write some shit
something.
up real quick, and it wasn't your idea. It was my first of all, I
You
own the
asked me to
character.
do it, and I went and did it,
Yeah,
and it was a
yeah,
work for
yeah,
hire type
yeah,
deal.
exactly. People keep
So
fucking
at
missing
that
that.
point, I should have got my check. I cashed my check. I bought hookers and Oreos with the check, double stuffed because they're awesome. And I should keep my fucking mouth shut because I was paid for a work hired.
Yeah. But he doesn't see it like that. He says he
Oreos and
he
hookers.
showed it to
I
him.
like that.
He filed the case 8 days ago in the New York Southern District Court. He's going to consider measures to support his claims on social media and in YouTube videos. Now there are fans and longtime comic book industry professionals like some guy named Chuck Dixon. Once again,
Have a whiny little
number
bitch.
one, he's not. This guy is not a fucking lawyer, right?
He's a
Not a
whiny little
copyright
bitch.
lawyer. He's not anybody I've ever fucking heard of.
Yep.
Um, but no, that's not the fucking way it works, man. That's not the way it fucking works at all. Um, but yeah, so I would want to see is what were the separate entities or the separate characteristics of the screenplay that set the DC universe as it exists now from his screenplay. So, for instance, because there was already a Riddler, right? There was already a character of Riddler. There was already the character of Batman. There was already the character of the Penguin. There was already the story about the mob families, right? There was already a graphic freaking, um, graphic freaking gritty freaking feel to Gotham. Okay, um, there was already the when it comes to the Riddler, the and riddles and torture. I wonder who owns that shit. Well, that would be a Saw feature, and guess who owns that shit? Well, it's fucking HBO, who fucking is owned by Warner Brothers. So I want to know what are the distinctive characteristics that he put in his fucking screenplay that makes him think
What
that he
makes
can do.
his shit stand out that warrants what he's doing right now? And nothing I can tell so far. I mean, what you had Bruce and Selena in it, and you made Selena a anti-hero. Hey, it's been being done since 1986, bitch.
Yeah, I guess I would have to. I'm gonna have to
Is there a way you can get a way someone can get a copy of the
the lawsuit.
Wozniak script and read it?
Probably not. Well, so I think the closest that we'll come is to getting a copy of the lawsuit, because that's where it is. They're supposed to outline, like the specific details that are the main points of the lawsuit. So
Like everything that's in the discovery and all that.
yeah, well, so they'll put out the claim, and they'll put out the warrants for the claims. They should be outlining it, and then we'll see what's going on. But I haven't even begun looking at that yet. So, but man, that shit's fucking wild, man. People just always, anytime there's a successful movie, people just come out the freaking woodwork. And what's crazy is this wasn't even that successful. But all right, Chris, you do you, man. Freaking
It's not even one
good
of the
luck in that
better
one.
Batman movies, to be honest.
Yeah. All right, now it's time to talk about some of the comics that came out this week. Um, that's not the date. What was it? 10/25. This
Yep.
past Wednesday. This is when that
Yeah.
stuff came out. The Amazing Spider-Man number 36 that 1/25 by Arthur Adams. Just a whole bunch of front meat coming out for a
I don't
Black
understand
Cat.
how I missed this book.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, like I said,
Some
the
people
one
don't
time
like
I
it,
actually
but
miss a Spidey book, it's got to be have a beautiful 125 like this.
yeah. In fact, after we're done with the show, that's going to be one of the first things that I'm going to be looking for to see if I can grab it cheap. Then Bad Girl Premium Ashcan cover A and cover B sold out. That's the one with. So there's or Good Boy, right, about the dog assassin. Well,
Yep.
this is Bad Girl, and this one's a cat assassin. Um, the cover B looks really good, um, but I would say these are readers, right? These are readers. These are not, hey, this is going to turn into something, because right now there are too many books that are too similar to say that any one of these are going to stand out, and nobody's going to get sued for any of this shit, right? So grab it to read it, but please don't grab it
It
thinking this is
looks
going
like
to
it would
be
be a
anything
cool
there.
read. I don't know that I see anything any. Yeah, maybe they'll put
Uh,
it in the
this
Good Boy video game. Who
Yeah,
knows?
if you really think this is going to turn into something, let me know how fucking Stray Dogs have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not for Tony and Trish, but ask them how Shred Dogs is going.
yeah. From Titan Comics, we had Blep Map number 1. I still don't know what the fuck this book is about. It's sold out at the distributor level. I'm a dumbass because I
Not
didn't.
bad for a Titan book.
Yeah, I'm a dumbass because I actually got in a couple of copies that were for some Pullbox members, and I was like, "Oh, this looks pretty cool." Um, Once again, they come in a foil pack, like they come enclosed in a foil pack, and I was like, "Oh, this looks cool." And instead of buying a couple more for myself, I was like, "Oh, I'll get some later."
Don't you hate when
No,
that happens?
oh, it's sold out. It's fucking sold out, man.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Uh,
I'll get back to it in a little bit. Next thing you know, it's like that
Gone.
South Park episode.
It's like,
Gone.
and gone. Yeah.
And it's gone.
The one that has some potential, the book that has some potential to be something. It's just that I don't think people have really read it yet. Is Captain Marvel number 1. There's several covers for this one. There's 125 by Ricky Yagawa.
This is on the top
Ricky
10, too.
Yagawa. There's a foil variant by David Nakayama. There's a Jen Bartel 1/100.
I sink all the fucking
Um,
oil in the sea already.
yeah, there's a John Tyler Christopher joint. There's a Josh Way. The one that I think that's going to be a sleeper that people should definitely think about picking up is that Paco Medina, the new Champions variants, because I don't think what people are not understanding is that these are real characters that are on these covers. They are not inside the book yet, but they are real characters that will show up at some point in the near future. In the meantime, this is the first appearance of 2 new characters within Captain Marvel. I forget the name of the characters right now, but they are in the freaking book. And then in issue number 2, there's going to be covers for both of those characters that are out. But this was their first appearances right here. So food for thought. Dark X-Men number 3. I do like that 1/25 Marguerite. This is another one that I'm going to think about picking up. If you can find that Scotty Young for Dark X-Men number 3, that one's another good one, great, good, funny one. The one to think about getting. This one is by Distillery Media. This is a new publishing company. Is Gone number 1. It's a gorgeous one. 1/10 by Jones. And there's a 1/25 by Mizuna and 1/50. Good Lord by Price. The thing is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that the character actually came out in the Distillery book. It came out like a few weeks ago, if you were interested in the first appearance of this character, that's the book you want on this one. But this is the first titled freaking thing for this character. Manny the comic collector says Blip Map is still available on the TFAW site for $4.49. You know what? And let me check. Let me check because sometimes what happens is that when all the retailers start to say, "Oh shit," and then they all start gathering at once and trying to buy a whole bunch of shit at once.
Crap, I keep on forgetting to go to T-Thaw times.
You know, it's still sold out at the retailer level. I do like. I'm looking at Blip Map number 3. I kind of like the layout of that one.
Nice.
The FOC for that is not till December, but so I'll show it then or closer to then. In the meantime, also came out this week is Marvel Zombies Black, White, and Blood number 1. I really do like the one. I do believe that came out on the Hot 10, correct?
That was the 1 in 100. The latte was number 1 for that on the Hot 10 tonight.
Yeah, that's another one that I actually saw people were selling for $50 earlier this week.
You know what sucks? I do what you did with that. I saw it for like 60, and I was like, I'll come back in a little bit because it was like right around New York Comic Con. And I was like, no, I'll come back to it, and it's gone.
Yeah. There is some intrigue to this title right here. This is Predator versus Wolverine number 2 by Marvel. Issue number 1 that Mark Tichetto actually did really well. And there's a second print I believe that's on the FOC this week. But the issue number 2 looks like it's selling out on some of them as well. There is a 1 in 100, 1 in 25 by Javi, and 1 in 50. But I'm still stuck on the fact that the Mark Tichetto looks really good and did really well. And then there is Something Is Killing the Children. I don't have the cover up right now, but there is a Trick or Treat variant that's out there. But there has been some intrigue to this one unlockable variant that has this one lady who's got the big old Something Is Killing the Children tattoo on her back as she's stripping naked and running through the fields.
Yeah. Specking on nudity. Specking on fucking.
Hey, she is not. There's no fucking. No fucking. However, in this one, Uncanny Spider-Man, number 2, there is some coitus on the Lee Garrett. It's kind of this whole title is kind of like a love story regarding Nightcrawler. There was a 1 in 10 by Garbe and a Rose Beige that looks beautiful.
I am not reading this. I love this one.
Right. And what's interesting is at the retailer level, the trade dress for the Rose Beige sold out.
Oh, wow.
And then the 1 in 100 that's out there. So did the Uncanny Spider-Man number 2 make it on the list this week?
No, it did not.
Okay, so
it didn't make it on any of the lists, to be honest. Didn't make it on Ben's list. It didn't make it on Cover Price, Key Collector. And those are the 3 top 10, top 20 lists I actually look at on a weekly.
So that means that there's some opportunity to freaking swoop in and fucking grab some of this shit. Let's see. Let me... Uncanny Spider-Man
number 2.
Rose Beige 1 to 100. Okay, I do see one for. Oh, there's some bids out there, nice. And there's a bid out there for $50.
Hot damn! Just a fry.
Catching them sleeping.
Yep.
All right. Next one is and this one is just I haven't really seen numbers on this one yet. It just happens to be a favorite of mine this week. Is the Hallows Eve, the Big Night number 1 by Ben Oliver, I believe. It just looks good. It's got Hallows Eve. She's like dancing on the freaking cover in front of a pumpkin with all of her mask. It's just got a really good color grade to it, and
Yeah,
it
you're
just looks
you're,
good.
you're the second person who's talked about this book this week that I was like, I can see this being a favorite down the line.
Yeah. And so first of all, let me save the search for that Uncanny Spider-Man. And then the other one is we're talking about Hallows Eve.
Yeah, which one needs to do a little more with the character besides these beautiful covers.
And I gotta say, man, freaking Marvel was bold this week because they gotta understand that these retailers don't have all this money to be throwing at these big ass ratio variants. They're supposed to stack these, so they don't have to dig out through their asshole to fucking get this shit. Oh, ooh. So I'm seeing auctions right now, one for 12, and I'm seeing another one for $15.
Nice, nice. I can see this one being a Halloween seasonal favorite.
Okay, so I'm the high bidder on one of them already.
Nice.
Okay, I'll play with that one later. And was that the last one? Yep, that was the last one. So let's take a quick break, um, and then so I can open up my beer, and then we'll get into some of the FOC stuff.
Cool. I can
Uh,
grab a handful of rock candy.
okay.
Nice.
Yep.
Hey, I'm Slash. You probably know me as a musician, but back in the early 80s, I was the night shift manager at Tower Video. I remember when the first Deathstalker movie came out. It was awesome. It had these massive swords, hot women, gigantic monsters, and just all that great sort of 80s kind of vibe to it. Which is why I'm so excited to tell you we're bringing Deathstalker back. Together with Vault Comics and the team of Tim Seeley, Jim Terry, Stephen Kostonsky, Nathan Gooden, and the original movie poster artist Boris Vallejo, we're bringing you an all-new Deathstalker graphic novel.
The story here involves Deathstalker. He's hired to escort a pair of priests who are pure and untouched across his world, and of course he can't stop himself. And so he depurifies one of the priests, and so now he's being pursued by all these religious fanatics, and he has to take refuge with one of his ex-wives who has access to something which is unknown to the world they live in, which is progress in science. And of course, Deathstalker being Deathstalker, he ruins everything.
The story is wild and hilarious, and the art is fucking fantastic. This book mixes the nostalgia of the 80s, but with a bit more modern humor. We want to make a whole variety of incredible hardcover books, so join us in bringing this new epic vision of Deathstalker to life. The more support we get, the cooler the books are going to be, so check it out. You're going to love it.
All right, that was the trailer for Deathstalker by Vault Comics.
That was really cool.
Yeah, written by Slash and Tim Seeley. So if you're interested, go ahead and freaking go out over to Kickstarter and check them out. All right, now getting into some of the FOC stuff. All right, by Vault, once again, we have a Barbaric. Issue number 1, a new series. Looks like a lot of hacking and slashing with maces and axes and stuff, and just all types of crazy freaking goals going on here.
Sure.
Looks like some incentive variants, some sexy girls.
Mm-hmm.
Black and whites. I do like this one. I don't know. Let's see who. See if I can pull this up real quick. Old comics. It is the Barbeck Wrong Kind of Righteousness #1, cover H by Angela Wu. It is a open order.
Nice.
Here's the deal. Net pricing is $9.99.
Well, of course it is.
So hold up. So that's net price. A cover artist updated from Nathan Good to Jen Bartel, change OC to and these are net pricing. Okay, so here's where it gets crazy. The retailers don't get any type of discount on these.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
So they on the open orders. So some of these, let me check this out. Okay, so that's incorrect. So on cover A and cover A, yeah, just cover A. That's crazy. So cover A is the only one that retailers get is it a 50%? Yeah, 50% discount on that one, and that one's $6.99. Then there's a 1 of 5 by Luana Vecchio. That's the one with the weird axe with the face and color. And then there's a Jen Bartel 1 in 10. That's one with the sexy girl in there. And then there's 1 in 25, 1 in 50s with different black and white variants of the other covers. And then there's that cover H, which is a standalone. And it's got like a more of a manga kung fu kind of tint to it, and that's $9.99, but no discount for the retailers, which is crazy. All right, for a cover called Barbeck. All right, Batman Off-World #1. It's got quite a few covers. I've gotten a PDF preview, but I haven't looked through it yet, which is unfortunate. I do like this cover. I don't know who this girl is. She looks like a weird cross between Starfire and Poison Ivy, though.
Interesting.
And it's done by Leslie Lurie.
Who?
Leslie Lurie. He does a lot of characters that definitely look Asian.
Okay.
It has kind of a wannabe hentai anime tint to it.
It just didn't ring a bell for a minute, that's all.
Yeah. Then you got a cover C, David Finch. Open order, more Batman jumping off of a gargoyle. Then you've got this 1 in 25, Ben Oliver. It's Batman with no shirt on, but he's got the cowl.
Okay.
Cowl on, yeah. Then you've got a 1 in 50 by Pete Woods, some character I've never really seen before or I don't recognize. Then there's also 1 in 100 with that same character, and it's the kind of like the profile pic with just stuff happening inside of his body. Once again, I guess I'm gonna have to read the PDF preview to see what the heck is going on, but right now I'm just not feeling it. Then it looks like there's going to be a graphic novel called Batman Shadows of the Bat with the cover done by Lee Bermejo. Then there's the Tower. Yep. Tower TP. Batman World's Finest #21 is coming out.
Nice.
But the interesting thing is that there is going to be an action figure variant for it, and it's of Superman, and he's just flying over Metropolis. Or World's Finest with covers with Brainiac and Magog. Batman Brave and Abode. Catwoman at number 59. There's going to be some interesting David Nakayama covers, of course.
Nice.
And then the next one is Terso Cons, cover B, open order. Keeping in mind that the each open order is $4.99. And then there's also a cover C by Jorge Fornes. And what's the name of that? Remember some of those Gun Honey covers with the old type grainy look where they try to copy the look of the hard
covers.
Yeah, that's what this looks like. And then there is the cover D 125 by Donnie Card. Looks like there's a preview as well in this one, so I need to take a look at that one. Then there's a 150 Nico Leon cardstock, the design variant. Going over to Disney, Gargoyles has some interesting coverage. There's one by David Nakayama. There's a Negaduck cover. Hades, Army of Darkness movie adaptation cover. Boom has some Power Rangers stuff coming out. Also, Rare Flavors, issue number 3 is coming out. You check out Scout Comics. They've got some weird VHS surprise boxes that they're putting out.
Interesting.
We got one for Cherry Blackbird, Children of the Grave, back to DC with City Boy. Inyuk Lee has a cover. Then there's a 125 by Michael Choi. Source Point Press has some Chalutho comics coming out. Donna DC Cyborg Battle Blitz, issue number 5. Hope it's stuff that nobody really asked for, but all right. 125 by Dan Hip on the Cyborg number 5.
Whoop-de-doo!
He wants to be Scotty Young so bad. Death Drop number 4, Drag Assassin. The Devil That Wears My Face by Matt Cave. That has a shot at being a movie. Dwellings by Jay Stevens, issue number 2. However, this is going to be your second print.
I did go to a second print. Dwellings is probably one of the. If I had to pick a top 5 books for 2023, it would be in there.
Eden Frost, issue number 1 by Matt Cave. Electric Black VHS. Exorcist Never Die. Green Lantern War Journal is going to be on FLC this week. Here's a Raza cover, and let me check to make sure if it's open order. Yep, the cover B is open order.
Okay.
But then the 125, that's by Mirko Kalak. Don't dare ask me what the fuck is going on because I have no idea, man. What's going on with these Green Lantern covers? Other than I can tell you like who's on there, freaking John Stewart on there. Like, what the fuck is going on? I have no idea. 150 by Edwin Galmon. More Scout Comics VHSs. Harley Quinn, black, white, redder. The cover A is going to be done by what's her name? Seina Takada. Really good looking cover by Warren Lau of Harley with her big ass hammer.
Nice.
I don't know why she's got a fondle the handle like that, but all right, girl.
Yeah, you should trust me. It's got to be done, man. She's got to fondle that hammer and go, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Look at people, pal. Sticking on, fuck it.
Jesus. There's 125 by David Nakayama. It's got a Harley dressed up as a cowboy, or more of a sheriff, I guess. Hawk Girl, and then Hawk Girl has a Derek Chew freaking cover.
Has anyone in the chat read this Hawk Hawk Girl series, and if so, is it worth reading?
And I've tried to force myself to read it, and it's just.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet, and I know a few people in my circle who are specking on it, and I want to know why.
Yeah. 125 by Gleb Melenikov. Source Point Press has Homestead. Looks like an old werewolf mixed with cowboy type genre.
Nice.
Jay Garrick in The Flash, issue number 2. Rumble with RoboBear. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. That is issue number 1. It's got the Legendary Comics imprint on it. For those that don't know, Legendary Comics, that's the one that pushes out movies for Warner Brothers when it comes to the monsters. There's a Drew Johnson, and looks like there's a PDF preview for this one that I need to read. There's also a cover B David Nakayama. I don't quite know why Wonder Woman is trying to put her lasso around Godzilla, but all right, make him tell if I can choose.
She thought it was worth a try. I think Godzilla's gonna win. Stuck in God. It's a rope versus Godzilla. I don't see the magic lasso winning.
Got another one with Batman running away from Kong. And that one was who was that? That was David. It was another David Nakayama. And the 1 in 25 is done by Francesco Mattina.
Nice.
There is a good one, 1 in 50 by Dustin Nguyen. Once again, this is Kong versus Godzilla. Justice Society of America, the book that nobody really asked for. Michael Jenin. There's one by Yannick Paquette. Demetrius Dawn. Sure.
Shame. Damn good story, too.
LCSD Batman Off-World. There's a Doug Manecki. Back to Eden Frost. The Family. Man, they're putting out a lot of freaking random stuff out here. But yeah. So Nightwing, cover A by Bruno Redondo. There's a Jamel Campbell cardstock. There's your cover C by Dan Mora. Who did this one? There's your Nightwing number 108 by Mike Deodato. Of course, Nightwing just standing on the ledge in the rain and nothing but his tights. 1 in 25 by Serge Acuna. Here's Static Shadows of Dakota number 7, cover A by Nicholas Draper Ivy. Uh-oh. Mega Gang, Rocus Pocus, Quickstand.
Focus.
Wraith. Yeah. I'm up here talking shit. The Ribbon Queen, which is starring Garth Ennis. It's got a really interesting. It just needs a little bit more shine to it. It looks like a movie poster, but it just needs to be shined up a little bit more.
Nice.
A little bit more finish. Rick and Morty number 11. Looks like there's gonna be some new variants of Morty on this one.
Nice.
Right, Force. Seance Room by Source Point Press. There we go. Here's the Static Shadows of Dakota stuff. This one is your 1 in 25 by Aki Bright. Tenement number 6 is coming out. Gunslinger by Image, but for issue number 26. I do like this one. It's called Hack and Slash Back to School. This one is a little too.
I like Hack and Slash.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. because you got the girl in a schoolgirl uniform, man. But
There's something wrong with that.
it is when it's got to go up her panties, man. I am not about freaking messing around with the young girl stuff, man. Ugh.
We don't know how old she is. She could be 18.
Man, you are 40. Yeah.
So?
Yeah.
You know how many 18-year-old girls I put through college? You know how many 18-year-old girls I put through college, bro? Hey, look.
How you came in contact with them, that's your business.
All I say is,
Comic Crusaders does not condone
18-year-olds have daddy issues. They're going to go somewhere else.
I just want to say Comic Crusaders does not condone sugar daddies. That sugar daddy freaking lifestyle. You're saying that.
That's between the higher ups at Comic Crusaders, because I was told something else by other people's.
Hey, don't be putting people's business out there like that. Joe 47 said we were 18 months. Yeah, long time ago, man. So the Holy Rollers, right? I don't know what the fuck is going on this one, because you got a guy with looks like he's bowling, but then you got some Nazi signals on there. You got a guy in armor. I don't. But it's by Rick Remender. So then in one of the variants, he's beating up a guy in the and the when Dixon freaking shirt, man, is I don't know, man. Different, nice, some interesting covers. Immortal Sergeant, Captera, Kill Your Darlings #3 is coming out. I think I've read issue #1, but I haven't seen anything that made me really want to get into issue #2 yet.
I read issue 1. I was not impressed.
Dracula issue #1 by Image. The connecting covers are back on FLC this week. Yeah, there's 2 covers. This one is issue #1, and then issue #2.
Interesting.
So they're still on FLC. Savage Dragon Volume 1. Here's the other covers for that Dracula. Void Rivals issue #6. I believe I got an email from you asking about Void Rivals this week. But yeah, that stuff is going to be on FLC this week. Haven't seen any covers that kind of test into the Transformer universe, but you guys can tell me. Of course, the obligatory freaking tentacle freaking cover.
Tentacles.
Superman Chained. Superman #8 issue #8 cover age of Mal Campbell.
Nice.
Sticksboy says that red holy roller is a Judge Dredd homage. Absolutely. That's the David Finch. What happened here? Okay, yep. Dawn of DC. This one is a Lee Bermejo. This one is a John Jang. Mike Deodato. 125 Galmon, which is weird because let's take the open orders are a lot better than some of these incentives. 150 at Savic. It sucks. Source Point Press, guys. There Was Another Life. Dawn of DC Titans. I do kind of like this Titans #5, Jen Bartel, but it's not going to freaking pop on anybody's freaking top 10 list.
Yeah, so I have to go back and read or wait for the trade for this new Titan series. I read issue 1, and then I just forgot about everything else.
Yeah. Titans. Who did this one? This one is actually kind of gorgeous. Titans #5, 1-25 by Gerald Pearl. It's just a gorgeous cover. It's got I forgot which. It's not Donna Troy. Yeah, it might be Donna Troy and Raven and the Starfire. Yeah, but it looks like it was done by David Mack with watercolor, but no, it was done by Gerald Pearl. Moving on, Travis Guide to Fagoria, Vectors. Wonder Woman issue number 3. This one is a Jim Lee special. Then cover C is done by Julian Totino Tedesco. Uh-oh. Cover D is done by Mike Diodaro. And then cover E, Wonder Woman McFarlane Toys action figure variant.
Okay.
And then yeah, it's got Wonder Woman. Looks like she's in Olympus. And then you got her mother in the background. You know, looks like it definitely took
These
away a
action
long
figure
time. of
variants,
process.
are they basically from packaging from the toys, or were these like original pieces done by McFarlane?
Well, I think they are whoever is posing these McFarlane toys and calling it a cover.
All right.
So yeah, it's not like the other action figures where it's like, hey, here's this action figure and it's in packaging. No, they're like posing these like they're like actual fucking covers and shit.
All right.
That's like a natty light at 2:00 in the morning. All right, 125 by Bill Quees Everly. Then you got your 150 design variant by Daniel Sampier. You've Been Canceled by Matt Cave. Marvel Voices Avengers. Some interesting covers. Star Wars issue number 41. Then here's your Star Wars Qui-Gon action figure package. That's like you were alluding to, like what the fuck.
Yeah, no, so I was trying to figure out with the McFarlane figures. You actually thank you for flying that for me.
The Immortal Thor, Moon Knight,
Another great
Spider
series.
Gwen Smash by David Nakayama. It is not the look. It's not going to be the hit that the Spider Gwen annual by Aniak Lee.
Yeah,
That was
what you
one.
talking about the ballerina book?
Yeah, it's not that one, but it still looks good. And let me make sure. Let's see what the variant on this one is. Oh, so this is just a poster right now. Yeah, this is just a poster. We're not actually talking about the actual book yet. The book will be out soon. There will be a facsimile for Wolverine issue number 1. I'm talking about his first
First
comic,
page
solo
six.
comic.
Yep.
Yeah, so this one is a facsimile of it. Some
And there will be a
X.
fucking foil as well. I'm on the fuck foil train.
Mm-hmm. X-Men issue number 29. Let me make sure I get this one right. Yeah, that one. This one right here. It's weird. So it's got Storm on the cover, and she's high in the clouds, but she's over some mountains. She's got a white costume. It's like a ski costume on, and she's just chilling, sipping her coffee. Well, she's got a coffee mug in her hand, and that's a Monday vibe for me, man. I kind of like it. Jason Jankowski is asking, is this live? He says he thinks he's seen this episode before. No.
Well, we're live.
Why is Fazbear throwing Romans in your thumbnail? What? Okay, whatever.
Huh?
I don't know. Wolverine X. And then, X-Men number 29. There's a Peach Momoko. Rogue looks really fucked up. Or X-Men 29. There's your Chevalier. There's Venom. Venom, once again, it's the way places they're taking Venom right now is kind of weird but kind of interesting. They do have Black Widow in the suit right now, trying to do her thing. What I got right now is Safu, who did this one, and she's just beating somebody down while she's got the suit on. This other one right here is done by Art Adams, and this one is a 1 in 25. Just More weirdness with
More
Venom
specking on
stickers.
titties. Specking on titties.
No. This no Black. This is not even Black Widow. It's just regular old Venom suit.
All right, never mind. Disendow, yo. Disendow.
Peach Momoko has a Venom cover, and then there's a cover by Adi Granov. Man, it looks really good. And then there is a Spider-Man suit by Takusatsu for Venom number 28.
All right.
Is
that one of the video game ones?
Yep. Fantastic Four. Yep, Fantastic Four number 14. Just like Alex Ross. He looks like he's fighting against the I forget what the name of it's not the Sinister Six, the female version of that.
I think they call themselves the Sinister Syndicate, maybe.
But it looks like it's a gratuitous excuse just to show for Mr. Fantastic to fucking bind these girls up and tie them up, man.
Awesome. So
yeah, it literally looks like that because he's got them. The two girls, he's got their ass showing, and the other ones, he's got them tied up like around their freaking mid areas.
Nice.
And the other one that he doesn't have tied up like that is Jessica Rabbit, and she's got her front meat hanging out. So, I just want to put that out there. Then there's a Peach Momoko variant of Fantastic Four, number 14. And Sue Richards is being tied up by Venom.
Okay.
Bind them, torture them. Then I don't know who did this one. That's boring. Invincible Iron Man, number 13. Looks like Emma gets her own suit, probably.
So I knew it was only going to be a matter of time before they gave her an Iron Man suit.
Well, I think that's the whole point, right? Is that they're trying to get to her metal. What's the name of the X-Men's metal or some shit? Is it Foreverium or whatever the fuck, or Mortium or something like that?
Or something like that.
Yeah.
But
they literally had to go into the heart of the Phoenix, where the Phoenix lives, and the crystal and shit. And then Tony's gonna make a whole new type of suit out of it.
I'm enjoying it. Iron Man has been fun lately.
Yeah. The Avengers have this Avengers number 8. They decided they wanted to do a whole freaking thing with it, and there's a 1/100 copy of it with. So this 1/100, it's just got the letter A on it. That's it.
Okay.
Then there's
doesn't
got
make you want to buy 100 copies.
No. Now, if you are into the torture and the binding, Peach Momoko is coming through for you guys with more tentacles and weird eyes, as Monica Rambeau as her mind being tied up by a weird octopus type creature.
Okay.
So it's creepy. Then Avengers number 8. Staying with that one. Then there's Daredevil. There's another Peach Momoko. Where it's Daredevil, being drawn by Peach Momoko from its insides. Yeah, Dark Droids D Squad. There's an action figure variant of R2-D2 and C-3PO. Blade's got some more covers for issue number 6 coming out. Of course, Peach Moko's trying to pay some Christmas bills, I guess. Alpha Flight.
She's an android.
Yeah, she's we got one for Alpha Flight apparently. It looks good though. Looks a lot better than the other ones though. Then there is a Davi Go homage for Alpha Flight. A spine-tingling Spider-Man. Bunch of covers for this one, but actually one cover for this one that looks good. Thunderbolts. Bunch of covers. to include one with Black Widow in her suit, because apparently she is joining Black Widow is joining the Thunderbolts, but with the Venom suit. So that's why they gave her suit, so she can now join Thunderbolts.
Okay.
And I've read it, issue number 1 already, and it's terrible.
Why am I not surprised? I mean, when's
yeah.
the last time Thunderbolt has been good?
Well, I mean, there was one. I forget which timeline there was, but there was one that was good when they got hired by Wilson Fisk to go do some shit, and it was actually pretty interesting. Taskmaster, I believe, was actually in charge of the team at that time.
Yeah.
Peach Momoko has done another one for Thunderbolts, so she's definitely freaking getting busy.
Is she trying to pay a house off or something?
I think so, man. Century number 1's got some stuff, and of course a cover by Peach Momoko, cover by Scotty Young. Sensational She-Hulk number 1. Let's see if there is there's a Leslie Lurie second print. Okay. For a Sensational She-Hulk. And that is the last of the stuff for the FOC. Now to close out the show, ladies and gents. And once again, I want to give a shout out to all you guys that have been stuck with us. Even though even bitch ass Mr. Jankowski, who's a weirdo and needs attention. So, sir, I will give you the attention that you need. Mr. Shofin and Michael Koch, thank you for helping us out. Weekly Sacrifice Show, Joe for 771. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and freaking. Uh-oh. Let's get rid of this guy. And Raymond Camacho, thank you guys for sticking with us till almost 3 o'clock in the morning as we're getting ready to close out this show. So here we go. Coming out this coming week for November 1st. Man,
November 1st.
My
the day
goodness,
after
Christmas
Halloween,
is
man. All Saints Day, bro.
Christmas is right around the freaking cover,
Fuck
man.
Christmas.
Yeah. Hey, what are you talking about, man?
Show some love to Hanukkah too, damn it. It's always Christmas.
Is Hanukkah having it the same time as Christmas? Well, why doesn't the Jewish community put out more advertisements for Hanukkah so we can go shopping for Hanukkah? It's not Hanukkah, it's gonna be Hanukkah. You know what I mean? I'll buy freaking Hanukkah candles and sweaters all day, but you gotta freaking tell me where to go to pick that shit up, man. Come on.
I'm gonna make Hanukkah sweater thing now.
It would be like me. It would be like me complaining about Kwanzaa. I'm like, why don't we celebrate Kwanzaa? Well, bitch, there ain't no freaking commercials for Kwanzaa.
I'm still gonna go get some stuff from Santa because Santa, he's all about big pimping.
All right, here we go. These are the ones that are coming out this week that caught my eye. Venom number 27. This more covers with Black Widow. They gotta stop. We don't care anymore. We didn't care about when it was a spoiler. We don't care now, and because none of these covers, they just look computer generated at this point. There's no need.
I think it's being overused at this point. If they want to make it a really cool action figure, please, but can we stop with this already?
Yeah, especially when you're talking about a 1/100 by Kafu, a 1/25 by Ejikuri, 1/50 by Ejikuri.
Why?
And
this is why
I do like.
Now,
here's what's interesting. There is a Simone Bianchi. However, it's open order.
Why? Why wasn't that one of the ratios?
I don't know, man. X-Men X-Men 60 Uncanny Years issue number 28 has got a wraparound cover that's got a whole bunch of the old school joints as well as some of the newer 80s 90s joints on there. It looks really good, and I do believe this one's actually sold out. Yep, X-Men number 28 Philip Tan wraparound, that one's sold out. Miguel Mercado, that's my favorite. It's looking good. But there is a 1/50 that's got a version out there. We'll see how that goes. There's also an Ivan Tao by Night's End. And then the cover A for issue number 28 is also sold out as well. Very low in stock right now is the Avengers issue number 7, the Marco at Knight's End variant. Also low in stock is for the Avengers number 7 is the Leo Castellana Avengers 60 wraparound variant. That one looks good as well. Transformers number 1, cover A, second print, Howard, sold out. Cover B, second print, sold out. Also sold out is the cover C for that second print by La
Yes.
Rosa.
Wow.
Yeah, Transformers, all these Transformers number 1 second prints have been selling out. So if you see that on the if you see it on the freaking shelf, man, freaking think about picking it
I
up and
really think
flipping
this
it.
book is going to have legs for a while, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I wouldn't
can
say
also,
don't go
I can
crazy,
also
but
see it going to a third, fourth, fifth printing too.
yeah, because issue number 1 sold like 100,000 copies, didn't it? Like the first
Yeah,
print.
something like that. I mean, I
Yeah,
know
it went
it was
crazy.
at least 100,000.
Yeah. And then also sold out for that one for the second print is the Tolkien variant. Okay, Image Comics also has the Blood Commandment number 1. I think it has legs as far as wanting to something that it could be turned into another IP. Um, Definitely, when you look at the covers, they look amazing. They've got some Blade freaking homage variants out there. They've got some PS4. Um, what's the name of that one zombie joint? That's the Last of Us. They got a homage to that one, and each and every single one of these right now for Blood Commandment number 1 is very low in stock at the retailer variant. So I would say today is what Friday night, Saturday morning. It could be by Tuesday,
I can
Wednesday
see
that these
that
could be
being
sold
gone
out.
by Tuesday.
Yeah. Marvel PRH Ultimate Universe number 1. So I would say keep an eye out on issues number 1 through 4. Because you never know, there could be some new characters that going forward could be pretty big. What was the last one that we had? Ultimate Universe or Ultimate Fallout, right? That was the big Miles Morales book, right?
Yep.
I haven't seen any of these sold out so far, but just wanted to make sure that you guys were tracking this one. There is 125 by Lionel Yu, as well as the 150 by, or I don't, it was maybe by Alex Ross. I can't see real closely, but it does look okay. And I think what I did read somewhere is that in this Ultimate Universe, Peter Parker and
Yep.
Mary Jane
Parker,
are getting back
gonna
together.
be married and have kids.
Yeah. Which is crazy because I still want to know what happened to the fucking kids that she just had from this other universe that he just kind of poof and went the fuck away. That shit was crazy. All right, Dark Horse PRH has Canary number 1, cover D by Panosian. That one is sold out already. It is just a gnarly freaking cowboy with half his face just torn off. And when you look at his mouth, you go, "Oh, the dude's smoking a cigar." No, fuckers, it's a finger. This fucker has a fucking finger sticking out of his fucking mouth like it's a fucking cigar, man. That shit was crazy.
Nice.
Gargoyles Dark Ages number 4. There's a Qua thing out there. I don't know who this gargoyle is, right? It's a female gargoyle. So I'm tracking the little blue one, the little blue female. But this female gargoyle, she flies and she's pink. Okay. I don't know if this one is new. I have no clue, man, but I do like how she's portrayed right here. It looks really freaking good. And it's sold out, of course, already. Vampirilla number 2. Lucia Perillo got her coming out of the river. No, just doing her normal bloody thing. But right there at her ass, there's a ghoul. Looks like he just got done eating her ass. Saying.
Awesome sauce.
Heat Seeker Gun Honey Series number 4, cover A. Look, that one looks good as well. I haven't seen the numbers on those. Local comic book shop day 2023. Spider Boy number 1, Chris Campagna. Once again, I think his first book is supposed to come out this week, as well as White Widow #1, David Marquez. That one's coming out this week. That White Widow #1, that one's sold out as well.
Yeah.
My Little Pony Camp Big Hoof #4. This is going to be the first appearance of Big Hoof. For those that care, there is a 1 to 10 and a 1 to 25, and the 1 to 25 has got Big Hoof on the cover.
Yeah, thank you for pointing that out to me a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, I gotta go back and see if anybody's fucked up and start selling it for cheap. There's not going to be a bunch of freaking
There's not
stores
going to
out
be
there
a lot of people ordering 25 of these, and this may be one of the books you may be able to still buy. You may be able to buy off the IDW website eventually.
Yeah. I am so shocked that My Little Pony has not been doing anything. They should be trying to go at it just like Sonic the Hedgehog. They're trying to get at it. My Little Pony should be trying to get at it too, but I guess not. Predator versus Wolverine #1. There is the second print for the Mark Shadow that was coming out. And like I said earlier, Spider-War #1, that one's coming out. You got a 1 in 100 Humberto Ramos, a 1 in 50 by David Aja, and you got your #1 Chris Campagna. That one is the one that's sold out, not the local comic book shop day. But then you also got the John Tyler Christopher Negative Space variant, and you got an Andrews foil variant by Carrie Andrews, and that one is sold out.
Foil.
Yeah, foil. That one's sold out. So that one's going to be tough because, once again, it's tough, right? Because if you're going after the 1 in 100, you kind of gotta do it strategically, and you're not going to go after the foil because it's so expensive as a retailer. Yep. So if you want it, if you see it on the shelf, grab it, because your shop is not going to be able to order again. And I don't have the price up here for the foil out the gate, but I do know that the Lucinio Vecchio Homage is sold out, as well as the Scotty Young. So a whole bunch of these issue number 1s for Spider-Boy have been sold out. Scarlet Witch by Masafras, that one's coming out as well. Now this one, the Sensational She-Hulk. This one is an Adam Hughes special. It's her inside the pool in a bikini in She-Hulk form, and she looks good. This one is sold out at the retailer level.
I had a feeling it would be.
And that's, sir, it's how we're going to end up. We're going to end it with the Sensational She-Hulk issue number 1. Even though I'm pretty sure, I do believe I'm missing the White Widow. I'm pretty sure that White Widow, I think that one's coming out this week as well. I think. So keep an eye out for that one as well. So yeah, keep an eye out for that one. It's either this week or next week. But yeah, that's how we're going to end it at the show at a pretty good time. 3:00 in the morning is pretty good for us. So Mr. Adam, what do you got going on? You got any whatnot shows or anything going on this week?
Let's see. This weekend's going to be quiet. I'm getting ready for Exotica, which is next week. Next Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm getting ready for that. And just been taking it easy. I've been feeling under the weather a little bit, so I might go see my doctor sometime just to figure out why my hasn't recovered fully yet.
Yeah. And don't forget, it is flu season, so please make sure you guys get your flu. And I understand people, I got it back in October. Well, they came out with a new one just a couple weeks ago. So if you haven't gotten, definitely get that new one out there. And you might want to think about, that COVID joint, right? There's a new COVID one that's out there as well. So you might want to think about getting that one. Because
I don't know about how it's about, but I've been hearing about an uptick in COVID.
Yeah, there's been when I was at the movie theater today, there was a lot of coughing and sneezing in that motherfucker, man. I was so pissed I didn't bring my fucking mask, man. And I know all those fucking people would be there.
I mean, start wearing a mask, just to be safe.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, because you're going to Exotica, so you're definitely going to want to definitely be safe, man. Because occupational hazard, especially African Exotica, man.
Actually, Exotica, there's people take it, try to be safe to some degree. I'm worried about like other places.
Yeah. Okay, so
Like,
right before
like
we get out of here,
Subway and shit.
okay, so right before we get out of here, I have one more trailer to show, and then we'll prepare to get out of here. Stand by.
Awesome.
All right, that was a trailer for Naked, The Confessions of a Normal Woman, coming out November 8th. It delves into the everyday mornings of a woman and her confessions and her exploring her sexuality and connections and all this other stuff. So looks good. So Joe 4771 says, "Have a great Halloween," and he's asking Adam, "Are you dressing up?"
Nope.
You're not, because you're taking your niece trick or treating, right?
No, I'm house sitting while they go trick or treating to hand out candy to the kids coming to the house.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. As
No,
far
I
as
still have fun with it.
okay, as far as me, we just put out a no prize podcast on freaking the Comic Crusaders freaking website. Also, we've got a whole bunch of other stuff regarding toys. I'm gonna try and press Babo to put out more stuff because that has been hot as of lately. There's been a lot of stuff. So please pay
I
attention
can't
to that
watch
one.
Bob and Max stuff. It makes me spend too much fucking money.
True that. November 4th, then we're gonna have another How May We Help You sale. Adam and Almega, you guys got to get together to have your own little sale because
Yeah,
Almega's trying to get rid of some. He says he's got the full run of freaking Spawn that he's fucking.
yeah.
trying to
He
get rid
actually
of.
dropped it on my show Wednesday night that he's got the a full run of 1 to 344 plus.
Yeah, did he put a date out when he was going to do a live on that one?
With every variant after that, like all the gunslingers and king spawns and that type of shit in there too.
Yeah. Did he drop when he was going to do a live, or is he not figured that
He
out?
didn't say what he was doing with it. Yeah, he just said that he was that he was selling it, and he just kind of left it at that.
Yeah. All right, so with those are the days. Once again, thank you for paying attention to us. Please freaking hit that subscribe and like. Don't forget to there's Ultra Maximus. He did a Matrix show where you can go and cover down on all of the variants that came out. If you want to find out the top 10, Brian McClay, he has the freaking top 10 on his show. If you would like some horror stuff, definitely freaking get over
Check
to
out Lucy. What was the name of Lucy's show? That was awesome tonight. I had a blast listening to that.
Yeah, good stuff. And then once again, we will try and catch you next week if I'm not too freaking drunk and hungover.
I will catch you guys in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
I'll have an Exotica app report, and I will be giving away a autograph stamp. I made up my mind right now. When I come back from Exotica on Drunken Chat, I will be giving away an autograph Stormy Daniels comic because I love you guys.
And hopefully the pages won't be stuck together. All right, good night, everybody.
Of course.